What's up, YouTube? This is your boy Enrique, aka Biggie's Comics, coming back at you with another video. This time we have a video for 50 subs contest for Undisputed Frost. Congratulations, bro. I think you're actually at 71 subs now. I just checked your channel. Cool, very awesome. And I'm doing this video because, I want to show the community support. I want to show Undisputed Frost support. So if you guys haven't checked out his channel, check it out. Give him a sub. He has some nice hauls, some nice books. And let's move forward now with the video, with the contest video. He wanted us to show 5 story arcs that that are some of our favorites. And honestly, I have a lot of favorite story arcs, and I picked these quick because I just want, I like to talk about these certain books, these certain story arcs that I'm going to show you in this video. And the first one we're going to start off with here, and I know I showed this book in part of my collection video, but it's a standalone story, The Hulk, the End Hulk, and it's Peter David and Dale Nolan. Very awesome story. I can't say enough about this story. It basically, the Hulk is the last man on Earth, and the one who's actually tormented is Bruce Banner, and it goes through, it shows you his struggle, and Bruce Banner just basically keeps trying to kill himself, but he can't. The Hulk won't let him kill himself, and it's a very, very good story. I suggest you guys check it out if you get the chance. If it's hard to find, because I heard it's kind of hard to find now, just I'm sure they have a digital copy of it. Very, very awesome story. And I've also seen on YouTube some motion comics with this story, so just look it up. It's really, really good read. All right, my next book here is this one here. This is actually a trade, Godzilla, the Half Century War. They do have single issues of this. It's 5 single issues, but I don't have the 5 single issues. I have it in trade form. It's a very, very good story. It's basically one person's half century war against Godzilla, because Godzilla, destroyed everything this poor guy had, and he always tried to find a way to try to stop Godzilla. And I don't want to give you too much of a spoiler, but the ending of this is sad. How he ends up making peace with Godzilla, but it's really messed up what happens to him at the end. So I don't want to give you too much of a spoiler, but it's a very, very good story. Even if you're not a Godzilla fan, the human aspect of this story is just very, very, very good. All right, the next story that I'm going to show you, again, it's another trade, by Mark Wagner, Trinity. This is one of my favorite stories. It basically introduces Wonder Woman to Batman and Superman. And Batman and Superman already known each other, but they've never met Wonder Woman. She makes an appearance on for the first time. And the villains that they're actually taking after here is Ra's al Ghul. And Ra's al Ghul, he uses a couple of his minions like Bizarro and another Amazon villain. And it's really cool because it shows you how much Batman and Wonder Woman really, really distrusted each other, and how Wonder Woman, she considered Batman a villain because of Batman's tactics and all that. And beautiful story, beautiful artwork. I just, I can't say enough about this story. They even made a animated cartoon, animated version of this alone. So if you guys don't want to read it, check out the cartoon that they have. I'm sure they have it on DVD or Blu-ray, or even on Netflix. It's a very good storyline. All right. Then the next one here that I want to show you guys is a set of series that I've been following, but I haven't followed it on single issues. I've been doing it on the hardcovers. This is Batman Earth 1, by Jeff Jones and Gary Frank. Again, my favorite characters, are Batman and Superman, but this is a whole retelling of Batman. He basically, Alfred is the one that trains him. Alfred is ex-military, and he gives Bruce all the fighting skills and everything that he needs to become Batman. And it's kind of all the characters that are in Batman, but in their roles are not the same roles that you normally know them as. Like for example, Gordon's not the commissioner in this. He's actually a detective, and he trains Batman on how to become a detective in this story. So it's pretty cool because they never gave a really backstory how Batman became the world's greatest detective, and it shows you that Jim Gordon actually. And right now they are currently, that's volume 1, and they're currently up to volume 2. And the story, just goes forward from volume 1 to volume 2. And even the villains are all, they're different. Like for example, Killer Croc is in this one, but Killer Croc is not really a bad guy in this. He's just a guy that's a little deformed. He's not really a croc, and then people just called him that because he was in part of like a circus show. So it just goes to show you how all the characters are reimagined in this one. The real villain in volume 2 is, you can see that there, that's the Riddler sign there. So again, I don't have them in single issues. I have them in just hardcovers because I enjoy them better this way, and they're more durable in the hardcover form for me because, I like to read them. So I like to take them to work with me while I'm traveling to work. I'll read, and I don't have to worry about the comic book getting damaged. All right. Then the next ones I have here is, it's the same take as the Batman. This is Superman Earth 1. This is no, you know what? I showed you volume 2. This is volume 1 first, right there. Again, a whole nother take on Superman. The characters in the Superman universe. Everyone knows Lois Lane is the reporter. He becomes his girlfriend, but it's not like that at all. It's basically, the take on Superman is almost like the take that they're doing in the movies now, where the world fears Superman for how strong he is, and I think maybe this is where they got it from, because these books came out way before the movie that hasn't even come out yet. The world sees him as a threat, and in doing so, seeing him as a threat, they cause a bigger threat because of it. And the story is really, it's really, really, really good story. They have 3 volumes of it, so this is volume 1. This is volume 2. Volume 2 actually became a New York Times bestseller, so it goes to show you how good the storyline is, because not just any book can be a New York Times bestseller. And then the last one they're up to right now, which just, it came out not so long ago, is volume 3. And number 3 is also a New York Times bestseller. So I can't talk enough about this series right now. Or if you guys want to get this series, I suggest go through Amazon, because Amazon has them. They're pretty pricey in the comic book store, because the cover price on these books are $24.99. But Amazon, you can get them for a lot less. You can get them for about half of that, or maybe a little, about $15, depending on the newer, the first volume, you can get it for like about $12, and then the last volume that came out recently was, you can get it for about $15. So that's a very good story. I can't talk enough about it. So I showed you that's 1, 2, 4. All right, and the last one here, which is pretty decent, and this one I just purchased myself because I wanted to. This one here, Flashpoint. This is a trade, but they do have them in single issues. I don't have any of the single issues. This is the story that relaunched the DC universe into the New 52. The events that happen here caused the reboot of the New 52. So it's basically a lot of time travel between the Flash and the Reverse Flash. How, in order for the Flash to save everyone, they had to go back in time to even past their original storylines from of Infinite Crisis, and just restart everything all over again so that everyone can live. And that's what caused the New 52. So it's really cool how they spawned the whole relaunch based on this storyline. And I knew about the storyline and what it was, but I've never read it, so I bought the trade real quick. I actually got this one on Amazon for $7. I bought the trade because I wanted to read. I couldn't wait to find all the issues, but I will find the issues as I hunt, in the wild, and I'll have them in single issues. But for now, this is the next best thing. The trade, you can't go wrong with it. And I really, really recommend this story, especially if you're you like to collect all the new 52 runs, and you want to know how that actually took place, this is perfect. And there's other Flashpoint side stories. The Batman one is actually another great one. I don't have it, but I would love it. I would love to have it, because that one actually, this is Thomas Wayne. They're not Bruce Wayne. That's his father in that universe becomes Batman, because they actually killed his friend. They killed Bruce Wayne and his wife, and he takes the role of the Batman. But he's a darker, even darker Batman. That he don't care. He'll use a gun. He'll kill you. Shoot you right in the face. So he's more Punisher type style of a Batman. But I can't speak enough about this. This is an awesome story, and I read it. It was hands down really good. I'm gonna look for all the issues just to have them. And I'm gonna kind of cheat. I'm gonna throw in one more story arc here, and every time I get to show them, I'm gonna show them because it's one of my favorite stories. Is Thanos Quest Book 1 and Book 2. I love this story. I had this when I was a kid, and it's how Thanos acquired each of the Infinity Gems to create the Infinity Gauntlet. And it's really cool because this story takes place 3 years before the Infinity Gauntlet #1. And again, I can't talk enough about this story. Awesome story. I suggest you guys get it and read it. It's really good. If I don't know if they have it in digital form. If not, try to look for it, because it's a really good story, because it shows how Thanos, he hunted each stone individually by himself, and no help from minions, nobody doing his dirty work. He just straight up ruthless and got every stone by himself, and every guardian that held a stone, he just completely killed them. Not just destroyed him, he kills each and every one of them. And this is Jim Sterling and Rom Lim artwork. Can't go wrong with that. So that's it, YouTube. That's all I got for you, Undisputed Frost. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you like the stories that I picked. And I'm sorry for the late entry, but been very, very busy between work and between the other videos that I had planned to do. But I'm glad I made your deadline. Today's the 10th. Squeezed one in. Hey, so that's it, YouTube. Until next video, peace.